Hey, what's happening, guys? How is it going? So, let's get into another review, shall we? Today, another Papo. I know it's been a lot of Papos, but don't worry, there will be more soon. Just be patient. And this one is going to be Papo Carnotaurus. And I gave it an overall score of 4.3 out of 5, which is based on the 6 primary parameters, and we are about to get into it. So, let's go. So, awesomeness, I gave it 4 out of 5. And the reason being is that the positioning itself is really weird. There's some kind of crazy Kama Sutra going on with its feet, which are pointing random, like, sideways, which I don't quite understand how they managed to do that. It's probably pretty damn uncomfortable. And the only reason they probably did it is because they didn't want to put a base, of course, and they decided to make it somewhat plausible. It also looks like it's bending over, then it's turning its head. It's just kind of too many things going on all at once. Oh, yada yada yada. So, and the next thing I wanted to address was the paint job, which is 4.5 out of 5, and the only reason why I took down half of the point is because I think that some areas on it could have had a bit more depth to it. You know, it feels like sometimes they're a bit lazy on these things, despite the fact that they happen to be among the best in terms of the paint job quality itself. They still sometimes just don't take that extra, at least one step, to give it something a bit more, you know, a bit deeper, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always like to paint my models when they have a little bit of an extra depth to it, and that's why you always do multiple layers. I do a lot of layers, obviously, because I just like my models to look the way they do. I try my best, I still learn, obviously, I'm still learning about things of how to paint models, you know, I'm looking up stuff, etc., which we'll talk about later, not in this video, but we will. However, they don't seem to be taking at least that extra one step to add a bit more depth, and that's why I took off half the point. Now, sculpt quality is 5 out of 5 for obvious reasons, that the detailing is just amazing, and Papo just really does know how to do that. They really have this thing about attention to detail in terms of the quality itself, which is why it seems to be consistent that they are getting 5 out of 5 for sculpt quality from me. The accuracy, I gave it 3.5 out of 5, and mainly because, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start with this. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm not really happy with the front limbs. They just look a little bit too skinny, probably, for an Dinosaur. They should be a little bit like, you know, a little bit, tiny bit fatter, and the fingers shouldn't be as prominent. You know, they made them way too prominent to my understanding and to my liking. And the other thing I don't like, of course, is the weird twisting, which just not gonna be physically possible, and just overall makes the whole thing look completely off. And of course the proportions are off, the legs are a bit too massive, they need to be a little bit finer, and yeah, I guess the anatomy itself is the issue here, and that's why this weird positioning just kind of really ruins it, in my opinion, and that's why I took out. You could disagree with, you might probably say it should be 4, but I decided to stick with 3.5. I was actually struggling between choosing 4 or 3.5, but decided to go with 3.5. So, be that as it may. Availability, it's 5 out of 5. They are available quite widely, and you can find them quite easily. And pretty much every website, I would believe, where they sell the figurines, they have them. Now, the cost, I gave it 4. I meant to say 4.0 technically speaking, out of 5. And the reason being is that I think it's a reasonable price for whatever they offer. Of course, prices vary greatly. You can find them probably anywhere from, I don't know, like 9 or 10 all the way to almost 17, which is quite a range. So you'd probably have to look around a little bit, just look at what the sites are offering. But I'd say it's a reasonable price, but given what they are offering, I would give it about a 4. I don't think it's I mean, it's worth it, but it's not really the top notch as far as Papo goes, in my opinion. But, you know, price is still reasonable, and that's a good thing. So that's what I kind of redeems it, in my opinion. Well, there we go. That's what gave us this total score. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please make sure, if you're new, to subscribe and share to support this channel so that we can hit that 1000 subscribers and unlock new features. And also make sure to leave a like, please comment down below, tell me what do you think about Papo Carnotaurus, whether you would recommend it to someone else or not, and do you own it. Until then, see you in the next video, guys. Rex out.